Hello, welcome to the VoiceOver Masterclass. Today I want to talk about making your voice distinctive. How do you stand out in the crowd? Voiceovers are competitive, there's no getting away from that. So how do you compete with all the other voiceover artists out there? Well, the main way is to be yourself. It is to try and find what's different about you. And probably it is because you sound like you do, really, in simplistic terms. I'll give you a brief illustration. A few years ago, I trained a guy who had a lovely, rich Lancashire accent, and he came along, he's all sort of a bit like that. And as soon as we got him into the studio and behind the microphone, the accent disappeared and he became voiceover man. It was all sort of, prices are down, down, down. And I had to say to him, look, that isn't how you should be talking. That's an impression of a voiceover artist. It's not the real you coming out. And clients want you to be genuine. They want a bit of you. Unless you're doing character voices, of course, where you are doing much more voice acting. But certainly in mainstream voiceovers, it's very much about being yourself. And we spent the whole session just working on his voice in his natural Lancashire accent. So that was a case in point, I think, about finding your voice. It is about finding your voice. And it's about not being embarrassed or self-conscious about using your own voice. People often hide behind another voice. They think when they're doing voiceovers, you have to put on a voice. You have to be an announcer. You have to be a presenter, or you have to be voiceover woman or voiceover man. Well, you don't. And the good news is you can just be yourself. The trick is applying your voice, your natural characteristics, your accent and social standing, your education and so on, applying that to the script. And that means using somebody else's words. Now, that's the difficult bit in voiceovers. You've got the voice already. That's why you're watching this, I guess. But it's getting your voice applied to somebody else's words. And of course, it may be written in a style you're not used to. The English may be bad, or it just may be very commercial or quite technical or complicated. But the role of the voiceover artist is to bring those words to life, to inhabit the words in a way, you to own those words, but as you, and that's the important thing. So be yourself. So when you're thinking to yourself, how can I be distinctive? How can I be different? Be different and distinctive by being yourself. Voiceovers in many ways are the art of acting naturally. And the best way to do that is to do lots and lots of reading out loud. Grab a script, grab a magazine or a book or whatever, and just read out loud. But remember, don't be voiceover woman or voiceover man. Be yourself. And that's the main thing to remember when you're doing a voiceover. That's why clients want you, because you sound like you do, not because you don't. Well, thanks very much for watching today, and I'll see you next time. Look after your voice.